It's about corporate governance, structure and regulations, which we will cover governance documents, roles and responsibilities. Sarbanes-Oxley has become really popular, and Dodd-Frank Wall Street reform that has come in 2010. So all will be our discussion for the day. Now first we'll start with our discussion with corporate governance. A corporation means a large entity, and governance means administration, means how to run a large corporation in a most efficient and effective way. That will be considered as corporate governance. Governance is a process in which we need people, we need machines, we need policies. So it's a combination of lot of factors that bring an effective administration for you, right? So this is what he says. What is governance? Is a combination of people, policies and procedures. In every company, we are having stakeholders. Stake means interest. So anyone interested in your company is your stakeholder. For example, we can have internal stakeholders, we can have external stakeholders. Internal means within the organization we have you can say employees, directors. These are internal stakeholders, shareholders also. Then we have in America, Securities Exchange Commission. They are regulating you, so they are interested to know about you. Tax Authority, IRS Department, Inland Revenue. And there are bankers who has given you creditor, customers, they are interested to know about you. So stakeholders are the persons who are affected by the entity's activities. So he says that corporate governance can be two-way. One is internal and one is external. When we say internal, suppose if we have qualified people within our organization, we have Oracle, SAP, we have a proper structure of internal control, policies, procedure, we have organizational structures. So it will bring an effective corporate governance through our internal efforts. External means that from outside, there will be regulators, there will be auditors, they will come and they will check and they will add value through their suggestions and their rules and regulations. So that will be internal and external. Corporate documents means as a company, like for example in America, every citizen has a social security number. We have Emirates ID number. So that is our document that gives us an identity to live here in this country. Same way, every company, they have some standard legal documents. So once we go for incorporation, we have certificate of incorporation. Certificate of incorporation, we have memorandum of association that tells what is the main activity, how much is the authorized share capital, what will be our main business that we are going to do. This is memorandum of association. Article of association is going to tell you how to run the company, what will be the bylaws, rules, regulation, departments. So that will be considered as mandatory corporate documentations. Yeah, so he says that in America, you can have a law of state for incorporation, so which vary from each state to state slightly. Like if you want to incorporate in Florida, it's maybe a bit different, California or New York, because these all states are independent and they have their own rules and regulations. But in any case, we have article of incorporation that are filed with the secretary of the state. So they give us the trade license to operate. What article include, as I told you, company name, number of authorized share capital, street address, what is the registered agent at office, name and address of each incorporator. So that will be consist of these article of association. Article may contain optional provision like purpose and powers of corporation and internal management if it is required. Then what is bylaw? Bylaw of a company may contain any provision to manage the company. affairs that do not conflict with the other law or article of incorporation. So bylaws are the rules and regulations, means how the company will work, what will be the shareholder structure, how many meetings, when they will meet, what will be the broad things to handle in the company. That will be the bylaws. Code of ethics is very important. In America, people come from all over the world, so they have different ethics and they have different definition of good and bad. Sometimes it is contradictory. Maybe, for example, shaking the hand in some culture is very good. It gives them a positive feel. Some culture, shaking a hand is not acceptable, right? So you have to see that you can't let people decide what is good and bad. So you create your own code of ethics. You tell employees that this is good, this is bad, this is they can do, this they cannot do. If they will do that, there will be violation. We have shareholders. This is in other discussion when we will talk about equity, that will be discussed more in detail. But because now today we are talking about corporate governance, so we have shareholders. That will be the board of directors. They will make committees, and then there will be a CEO who will head the management. He will hire different people to run the company. So, and we will keep them separate. So just to build up that atmosphere, shareholders are the owner of the company. And in a listed company, when we go to stock exchange, when we buy a share, so we become a shareholder. And based on our shareholding, we can go in annual general meeting, we can appoint our board of director, we can select a chairman, they will work on behalf of us, and they will keep an eye on the strategic level for running the company in an effective way. So we have two types of shareholder, one is ordinary and one is preference. Ordinaries are those who has no fixed commitment of dividend, that if a company will get a profit, they will announce returns on shares that will call dividend. But they will have a voting right. Preference shareholder, they will have no voting right, but they will be given a fixed dividend based on accumulated or non-accumulated basis. Once we will sell the share, we will tell them this is the return on this share amount. So that will be a preference shareholder. Why we say preference share? Because in case of liquidation, when we will appoint a liquidator who will sell all the assets and the money will come, so first they will be compensated. Ordinary shareholders will be compensating in the last, so they are more risky because the high risk, high return formula. Board of directors, what is board of directors? These are selective people. They will become a board members, and we will say board of directors. Their job is strategic, long term. They are not into day-to-day petty issues, business operations. No, they are into planning. For example, shareholders of McDonald's might be thinking today how McDonald's look like after 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. They are not thinking that today, for example, manager operation came in the office or not. This is not their job. They are setting their big strategic role for the company. So this is what he says, they have oversight role, right? Oversight means broader role. Oversight means supervisory role, supervisionary role. So board has following duties. They can select and remove an officer. They can talk about capital structure. They can amend a bylaw. They can do fundamental changes. Means they can